Good day. Welcome to Westchester Talk Radio, westchestertalkradio.com. I'm John Marino, and we are produced by Sharc Creative, made possible by Entergy, the Indian Point Energy Center, supporting our communities through April of 2021. Lipolis Electric, don't be left in the dark. Get Lipolis. High Tower Westchester, managing your wealth to a fiduciary standard, and White Plains Hospital. Special thanks to our heroes at White Plains for all they've done throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Here today on the Cup of Joe political show, we are joined by Luke Wong. Luke is a junior at Harrison High School. He worked for 2 years to bring to Harrison High the Young Americans for Freedom Club, which is a conservative group. Luke, joined by his attorney, Caleb Dalton. Caleb is an attorney at the free speech organization Alliance Defending Freedom. Now, Luke and Caleb, welcome to you both. Luke, tell us the genesis. How old are you right now? 17?
Yes.
When you put together the group at Harrison High, Young Americans for Freedom Club, when you first petitioned to have it recognized at the school, how old were you then? 14?
I was about 15.
15 at that time. What drove you as a 15-year-old to do this, to get so politically active, first of all?
Sure. So I've always been relatively involved in politics, being aware of what's happening in the world. But really, it wasn't until I was taken to CPAC 2019 by my dad, who really just wanted to introduce me more to a variety of different speakers. And there, I was introduced to the Young Americans for Freedom, and I was really just kind of energized by their free speech, by the really important conservative ideas that they hold of individual liberty, free speech, limited government, and free markets.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you first tried to put the group together at Harrison 2 years ago, what was the initial reaction from the school?
Initially, the school just said, sorry, no. And I was really just kind of shocked because public schools really should be encouraging free speech and not shutting it down. I mean, school is the ultimate marketplace of ideas where you learn about so many different things. And the fact that my school was just not willing to have me, was not willing to have my club, just kind of shocked me. And I never got a clear-cut answer.
Sorry, no. For what reason, sorry, no, instead of, yeah, we welcome everybody here? What was the reasoning for that they gave you?
I never got a clear-cut reason. It was just an email I got was after everything that we have discussed, which wasn't a whole lot. You said, we will not be moving forward with YAF as a club. And I just kind of scratched my head and I said, well, that doesn't really make sense because shouldn't school allow all different types of ideas, and kids and kids can really pick out the best ideas for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Now, Caleb, some might say it's Harrison High School, they can do as they wish. My school, my rules. You play the way we tell you to play.
Well, Harrison High would fail its first civics assignment if it came to that conclusion, which it did here. It failed its first assignment. Public schools cannot discriminate against groups because of their political or religious beliefs. The First Amendment's very clear on that. There's over 30 other clubs at Harrison High, lots of other clubs, lots of different viewpoints. And all Luke was asking for is, hey, can I have an equal seat at the table? Let me share my conservative values on campus, just like other clubs are sharing liberal or progressive values. And they shut him down, and that's unconstitutional. We should all be in favor of free speech and equal access just like this, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have gone on record, as you just said, that this was unconstitutional. You've called it discriminatory, too.
Absolutely. It is discriminatory, and it's clear that they were taking into account Luke's conservative values when they reviewed his application. The first time they told him, look, it looks like you're interested in politics. Why don't you go join this other club that has, mock trial or some kind of something debate club, or go do that instead of start your own club. That's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to share his conservative values, just like progressive organizations on campus are sharing their progressive values. Mm-hmm. And the First Amendment's clear. Once they open it up to clubs, you can't pick and choose and play favorites with free speech. That's what they were doing here.
So how did the Alliance Defending Freedom get involved? Did Luke come to you?
Yeah, so Luke reached out to us, the Young Americans for Freedom, a national organization. We have a great relationship with them. They heard about the trouble he was having starting this club, reached out to us, and we were able to get in touch with him and his dad and hear what was going on, review the facts, and ultimately we sent a letter last year in June, I believe it was, the first letter telling the school, look, here's how you're violating the First Amendment. You need to recognize this club.
Mm-hmm. Now, Luke, I relate to you from this standpoint. I was politically active in grammar school, 7th and 8th grade, and I put debates together in the 7th and 8th grade, political debates. I had to get, obviously, school administration approval, which back in that era, 50 years ago, they were pretty understanding of all viewpoints. If you had a viewpoint and you wanted to get active and involved, and I think they liked the fact that a 7th and 8th grader got involved. As long as I was willing to do all the work, put it all together, they said, go right ahead, go for it. 50 years later, here we are. We see the climate we're in today on all sides. Caleb described what happened, how you reached out to his group, to his firm, his organization. What did you do personally also at that point to within the confines, within the walls of Harrison High School?
Sure. So I really wasn't able to do a whole lot, but I have joined the school newspaper, and it was really funny when the school said, join the school newspaper, just that instead, and I was already a part of it. I'm a big part of our school newspaper, but really, the Young Americans for Freedom is unlike anything we have on Harrison High School's campus. What I'm trying to do with my club is really bring conservative ideas to the forefront of Harrison High School's campus and really just teach kids about these ideas. And I will say that after I had my first meeting last week, actually, I was really just encouraged by the student response. Kids seemed very receptive to the idea, to the conservative ideas that I was trying to bring to them. And even people who I know wouldn't necessarily agree with those ideas were willing to hear about them. And that's just really encouraging me.
Was that the most important part of it, that those who didn't agree with you had your back during this, which it seems like they did?
Well, the most important thing to me was getting this club started because the school was quite clearly violating my free speech rights. But I will say that seeing kids who even don't necessarily agree with me just be willing to show up and just learn more, it's really encouraging because I feel because it shows that there is a way back for us to have conversations in this country, and I really feel that starts at high school.
Mm-hmm. So where does the group stand at Harrison High right now? You've gotten approval now finally, right? After 2 years? What did the school administration say to you when they said, okay, you're in, finally?
They just said begrudgingly, you're accepted, and we've been fully approved. I have my club advisor. We just had our first meeting last Tuesday, and we're having our next meeting next Thursday, actually.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations on all of that, by the way.
Thank you.
I think that regardless of whatever we think, whatever side, whatever spectrum, we all have to have what we have to say heard. And I think I'm of the belief that most people in this country want to get to the same place. We may have sometimes vastly different ideas about how to get there. And unless we hear those ideas, we'll never get there. Luke, do you kind of agree with that too?
Absolutely. And I really feel like bringing conservative ideas is just showing people that there is another perspective to solving some of the problems that we see today in America. And I really just felt like the conservative perspective on solving some of those problems just really wasn't shown at all on campus. And I really felt like, if I'm not seeing it in the classroom, I need to bring it to my classroom. Mm-hmm. And that's really what I tried to do. And really, as I said before, I think it's encouraging that so many kids, even those who are either apolitical or don't agree with, or people who aren't necessarily conservative, are just interested in just learning more about conservative principles and ideals.
Mm-hmm. Luke Wong, Harrison High School junior, Young Americans for Freedom Club, finally established at Harrison High. His attorney, Caleb Dalton. He's an attorney at the free speech organization, Alliance Defending Freedom. Luke, where do you go from here now? What's the next step for the group?
Well, I just hope to really grow out my club, really just expand it more, bring in more members. Of course, because of COVID-19, it's very difficult for my club to do major activities on campus. But after we come back to campus, hopefully in the fall, I really do hope to ramp up activities and just make Harrison High School's Young Americans for Freedom chapter's presence known on campus.
Are you planning to bring speakers in like most groups do?
That is something that I am currently looking at. Of course, it's very hard for me to plan anything concrete right now, but with but with whatever I do, I just want to really bring conservative ideas on the campus. And even if kids don't end up agreeing with them, I just want kids to hear about them in a way that they aren't being misconstrued or not explained properly.
Caleb, Alliance Defending Freedom. If someone whose views were a bit more to the left of Luke, even far left, would you defend as vigorously in this?
Absolutely. The free First Amendment belongs to everybody. People of all beliefs. Public schools can't pick and choose which voices are heard on campus. So we've represented libertarian groups, conservative groups. We've had people of all stripes come to us. Another organization we represented up in Massachusetts, not that far actually from where Luke's at. At a Bunker Hill Community College. It was kind of crazy situation there. They were trying to pass out copies of the Constitution, literally within sight of the USS Constitution, anchored there in the harbor. And at Bunker Hill, where a battle was fought, and they were told, you can't pass out the Constitution without a permit. So I think everybody should know that the First Amendment protects people of all beliefs. Whether you agree with Luke or you don't agree with him, you should protect his right to express his beliefs just like everyone else.
Now, for anyone who would like to get in touch with the Alliance Defending Freedom, what should one do?
adflegal.org. Just check out our website, adflegal.org.
That's simple. And
Indeed.
Caleb and friends are on their way to defend you, right? Pretty much. Now,
we'll check that out. Give us a call. You can call us, fill out a form online if you have an issue. We'd love to take a look at it.
Now, Luke, what happens from here for you? What do you major in at Harrison High School, by the way?
I don't quite know what I want to do yet with my life, but I know that whatever I do end up doing, whatever field I end up doing in, whatever field I end up being in, I just want to bring my conservative principles wherever I go.
Might there be a political future for you? And it may be a bit early, but you have to think along these lines with someone like you.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with my life. I feel like a lot of my peers feel the same way, but I really feel like wherever I go, I just want to really share conservative ideas, whether I'm in finance, politics, or in medicine.
Luke, congratulations, first of all, on winning the battle at Harrison High School. And I think what you have done is a great lesson for anyone fighting any kind of a battle. Stick to it, and you just might get what you want. And I know, Caleb, you agree with that.
That's right. Thanks for having us on, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luke Wong, Harrison High School junior, and Caleb Dalton, attorney at the free speech organization Alliance Defending Freedom. We thank you both, and all the best to both of you. Good luck with everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
for being part of Westchester Talk Radio here today, westchestertalkradio.com. Cup of Joe Political Show. I'm John Marino, made possible by Entergy, the Indian Point Energy Center supporting our communities through April of 2021. Wartburg Healthcare and Rehabilitation in Mount Vernon, Park Sterling Realty in Bronxville, and Michael Labriola Landscape Design and Construction in Armonk. Catch all of our Westchester, Fairfield, Putnam, and Dutchess County Talk Radio programming on our YouTube channel, Sharc Creative, YouTube.